Hello everyone. In this video, we'd like to show you the reports that are available with Aiosell Property Management System. In other videos, we have already shown you the first two views, which are primarily used by the reception. We have covered reservations, guests, and companies. And today we'd like to show you all the reports which are available with Aiosell Property Management System. So we have tried to keep all the reports in three different buckets. So we have front office reports, we have accounting reports, and we have the management reports. We also have chain hotels as our clients, and therefore we also have reports which cater to chain hotels, and we will cover these reports in a separate video. So firstly, we'll go through the reports which are there with the front office. So we have an arrival report, which is basically giving the hotel details of all the arrivals for a given date. It also shows if there are any room numbers which are already assigned to those guests, along with their mobile number, email ID. And this is a report which can be downloaded in Excel and used by the hotel. The second report is a departure report. So these are basically the names of the guests who have actually supposed to check out on a given date. And it is basically the details which is usually given to housekeeping department so that they can prepare and plan their manpower and ensure that the rooms are clean before the next guest arrives. The third report is a night audit report, which is basically in Aiosell property management system. Night audit is an automated process. So the hotels can tell us whatever time that suits them. So say, for example, 4 a.m. in the morning, where they have very less check-ins and check-outs. And the night audit, when the process where the date changes in our system happens automatically. And the night audit report actually goes automatically to all those emails which we set up at our backend, which carries the entire summary of that previous night's performance. So it will actually have the occupancy, ADR, the total sales, the different department sales, the sources which have actually contributed to the previous night's performance. And also we have a section for the month-to-date data. We also have details such as night audit events. Now, these are some no-shows which can happen, which are marked automatically by the Aiosell system. Now, this is a feature which can be enabled as per the hotel's convenience. In case the hotel do not want to mark no-show automatically, this feature can be disabled also. It also gives the user the details of all the guests who have already checked out, along with source, as well as the folio number for any details required by the front or by the finance team. We also have details of different room-wise revenue details, along with the tax breakup. And finally, we also have tax summary, the receipts as per different modes of payment, and we also have details of all the receipts. So this is a complete report of the previous night's performance. Now, the night audit report can be downloaded in Excel. We also have integration with Tally, which is a commonly used accounting software in India. And this report can be downloaded and uploaded into Tally for accounting purpose. The next report is the police inquiry report, where basically the front office can get all the in-house guest details along with their email ID, their photo ID, and this is a report which can be given out to FRRO office or to the police station if required. So as you can see, we have the names of the guest, email ID, their address, their check-in, check-out, and the photo ID linked. So we actually upload all the photo IDs into our system, and this is the link to those photo IDs. Again, this can be downloaded and then into an Excel and then forwarded to the required department. We also have management block report. Now, these are blocks which are created. So, for example, we have a block which is created for whatever reasons, police traffic or whatever. We have these rooms are actually complementary rooms, and that is what we call it as management blocks in Aiosell PMS. And it's important for hotels to actually know which were the rooms which were on complimentary basis. And that is why we have a report which gives details of the check-in, check-out, and how many guests were there in that room. Out of order room, as the name suggests, is a report which shows which were the rooms as out of order. And this is a report which is actually used by housekeeping and the maintenance department as well. We have a no-show report, which will give us details of, which segment, which source was the booking from, and also, why it was a no-show. Now, wherever it says that it was marked by night audit event, that means that the system has automatically marked no-show. And as I said, this feature can be disabled if the hotel wants to, and they can manually mark no-show. A room status report will give details of all the rooms along with what is the status, whether it's dirty, whether it's clean, and also checked in, checked out, along with, whether there are a number of packs, how many packs is there, which rate plan there are in, and so on. So this report can actually be given to housekeeping because they can see what is the status, housekeeping status of the room. They can also see the number of packs, so accordingly they can place the toiletries in the bathrooms or any other amenities. This report can also be given to the coffee shop or the the all-day dining restaurant, because here we can show you which are the rate plans, and if there is any complimentary breakfast, they can use this report for that purpose. And again, this report can be downloaded into Excel. We have reviews tracking report. So this is primarily for the reviews that the customers provide. So it takes a couple of seconds to load, and you can see here we have the room numbers, the guests that they were staying in with their mobile ID numbers, check in, check out, invoice number, the source, and you can actually send a message and see whether the guest actually replies and sends a review. The IoT occupancy issues, these are basically, we have certain IoT devices which are installed in our founder's hotel chain, which is Octave Hotels. And so this is actually under trial, so we'll not show you that. We have a maintenance report, which basically tells us which room number, which common area is having any issues in terms of maintenance and who is it assigned to. So these are primarily the front office reports. We'll also take you through the accounting as well as the management reports. So room-wise revenue report will give us, the revenue details with every room. And again, this is a report which can be downloaded into an Excel. Now, this basically is very, very useful for the accounts team and the finance team. And again, it is a little heavy file, so it takes a couple of seconds to load. So we had a lot of requests from hotels who wanted to have this breakup room-wise, so they could see exactly which room number, what were the name of the guest, and what was the revenue as per rooms. So this is again a report which can be downloaded into Excel. We also have date-wise revenue report. So we know every given day what was the occupancy, what was the total revenue, and the breakup of the revenue in terms of what segments, as well as the tax component. As you can see, most of our reports can be downloaded into Excel. Checkout-based accounting report. Now, this is a report which is used majorly by the finance and accounts team because it gives a complete breakup of the taxes. And that is why this report is very, very essential. We also have details of which invoice. So if somebody wants to refer to that invoice, they can do that. Item consumption report is basically a report which is actually linked with any point of sale we have set up in our system. And so it gives the details of which items have been consumed. Payment reports gives us details of all the different modes of payments that we have and what are the payments that have been received. POS report. Now, if a hotel has also taken Aiosell point of sale system, it gives the details of what revenues have been generated from different point of sale. Payment void report. This was again a request from different hotels. where they wanted to see which users are avoiding any payment. If there has been a payment which is recorded in the system and then later on it has been voided, they wanted to keep a check as to which users are doing that. Expense report gives details of the expenses. Now, this is also linked with Aiosell stores and purchases module, which gives a track of, which are the expenses which are happening through the hotel. And the city ledger is basically all the companies where we have extended credit. It gives details about what are the payments which are due from different companies. Now we have management reports where we have, this is primarily for the hotel management to see how the sales have been going in terms of occupancy, revenue, ADR, and the breakup of that into various segments. Again, these reports can all be downloaded. We have company performance report, which gives details about which company is performing in terms of room nights, revenue. Monthly performance report gives us month on month what has been our occupancy, revenue, ADR. We also have a forecast report, which basically gives us, it looks at our BOB or business on books, it looks at our past details and gives a forecast of what in terms of occupancy and ADR. We also have a monthly P&L. Now, this is linked with whether the hotel is also using our stores and purchase module. And, if we do that, then all the expenses and purchases are recorded. And therefore, the hotel can actually see whether, what is our revenue, what are the expenses, and under different heads. And finally, we also get to see all the purchases and the profit and loss at the bottom. So this basically is used by hotels who are using our all-in-one system, and they have the advantage to get a P&L right from our system. We also have options of contribution report, which basically gives us what is the final contribution after all the expenses have been set up. So these are all the reports. We also have certain reports which are related to chain hotels and group hotels, which we will cover in the other video. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you find it useful. Thank you. Have a nice day.